Dave.
Dale.
I'm so happy to see you.
I'm glad to see you, man.
Man,
time.
It goes back a long ways, over 60 years that
Back there.
that we were friends.
Oh yeah.
Man, it was in the 8th grade at Washington Junior High School.
Home of the Toads.
Was that the mascot?
That was the mascot.
Oh, I didn't know it was a toad.
Toads.
Oh no.
Beats tadpoles.
Yeah.
Right.
Or the slugs. There's one that's a slug.
Oh, come now.
Sea slugs. So when we met there in the 8th grade, I assumed what drew each other to each other was, I thought we were into surfing culture and rock and roll.
Surf and rock and roll, and well, don't forget smoking behind the backstop in the mornings before school.
Oh, that too. Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. And was Jimmy Zupko there too at that time?
No, I don't remember him being there at that time.
Oh, but later on,
Yeah.
we hooked up, maybe in the 9th grade.
Yeah, I think so. Yeah.
But at some point there in the 8th grade, what do you remember about Washington Junior High School, the school in general terms? Or
Well, that was just a culture shock for me, but we won't go into that because I was supposed to go to Irwin, on the west side.
Right.
And I got transferred over to the good side of town and, it saved my soul.
I remember you telling me the story about your mom wanted you to go to that school. It's a better school.
Yeah. So, but it was a culture shock. But yeah, other than that, I just remember Coach St. John.
Coach St. John, I remember his name. Bald-headed guy, boxer. Had a tough-ass looking face.
Yeah, and he always wore a
hoodie. Yeah.
White hoodie. I think it was a white hoodie he always wore, And he was a nice guy.
Was he nice to you?
Yeah, it was nice to me. I mean,
he hated my guts. I specifically remember one memory of him. All of us lined up there in PE, and we're lining up there in PE, and I don't know why we had to line up, and he was talking to us as if we were in the military or something, and he said something, and I think I cracked a joke or something, and I probably had my bleached blonde hair hanging down here.
Over your eyes.
I was a little juvenile delinquent, and I made a wisecrack, and he comes walking up to me, and he says to me, "You are a bad citizen." And I was shocked. And then he poked me in the chest with his finger, and that poking hurt, man. He poked me really hard, and I thought, oh, man, this old man could kick my ass.
Oh, yeah. Yeah. And, I do recall getting in a fight, a scuffle with somebody, and hitting my head.
Yeah.
Really bad.
Uh-huh.
And I was really sort of dizzy, and I had to go back to the locker room. And he told me, you open your locker, get clothes on, we got to check you out, and da-da-da. Send you to the nurse. And I couldn't remember my combination. I got hit so hard on the head.
Wow.
And he came back with the Rolodex card and read my combination and opened it for me.
Oh.
He was that was the nicest gesture from him. But he was kind of hardcore. But other than that, I just, a lot of the teachers I thought were pretty good.
Yeah.
In general. The campus was nice. It was nice. It was
So we start off the 8th grade in September of '63, and just 3 months later, in November of '63, the 22nd of November, JFK assassinated.
Oh, yeah.
That was a big deal for me.
It was something. I remember being at my sister's house babysitting kids and her coming up the stairs and she was crying. I'm going, what's going on?
Yeah.
She showed me and I couldn't believe it. And then we turned on the TV and it was like, it's everywhere.
I remember them letting us go home from school, and when we went out in the hallways, the people were crying, teachers were crying, and they sent us home. And then when I got home, it was on TV, and we watched it all on TV.
That was a big shock for the nation, and the world, I think.
It really changed a lot of people. And Washington Junior High School.
Yeah, getting threatened that you were going to be expelled unless you cut your hair. I remember that.
Oh, you got that?
Yeah, I got that.
Because you had long hair. I remember you as being the king of the long hair guys. You had the best long hair, man. It was cool.
Okay. If you say so.
Yeah. Yep.
But yeah, I remember being threatened by my history teacher. Sent me to the office. Said I won't have him in my classes because his hair.
No way. Oh my gosh.
It was a good teacher too. I really liked him, except for that.
Right.
But it was different, being at a school like that. I said it was kind of a culture shock for me because I was used to, all my friends were black, Mexican, and whatnot, on the west side. So it was kind of like the first year was like, whoa. All these stereotypes. Well, man, you should be wearing Frisco's and your shirt buttoned up.
The cholo outfit.
The cholo thing.
You never wore. You weren't a cholo.
Yeah, no.
It just wasn't you for whatever reason.
It wasn't me when I was on the bad side of town. It's not going to be me when I'm on the good side of town. It was just, it'll be me.
Right. Now, I remember, I thought the dances in the auditorium were in lunchtime, but you said no, they were after school dances.
They were right after school. I remember
like
that.
At 2:30 or 3 in the afternoon, they'd have dances. And I remember one time there was a band playing there.
An actual live band.
Yeah, an actual live band. And I remember I was so afraid of dancing. I never danced with a girl there. I don't know why. Did you ever dance there?
Yeah, I got flagged. They had the little monitors.
Yeah.
Yeah, because we were dancing too close.
Yeah.
On the slow songs. And I was maybe, I had my hand where it shouldn't be or something. I don't remember, but I remember getting flagged by them.
Yeah.
Like,
oh, that's so cool.
Well, embarrassing.
Yeah. But anyways, then 3 months later, after the 8th grade started in November, the JFK, the assassination, and then just a couple of months after that, I believe it was February of '64, 4 months later, there's the Beatles on the Ed Sullivan Show. I don't know if it made as big an impact on you. Man, it made a huge impact on me.
Yeah, they were great. It was the British invasion, and the pop invasion, because that's what it was at that time. It was pop music, you know? And that's what they were known for, in my opinion.
Right.
Great, songs. And
so it was 3 or 4 Sundays in a row. Was it 3 or 4? Do you remember when the Beatles were on Sunday night? Every Sunday night on the Ed Sullivan Show, and I remember it was like, oh my God, I'd be so glued on the TV when they played. And then after the Beatles were done, then the Dave Clark Five. I was like, wow, they were as good as the Beatles, I thought, what is this? And then a few weeks later, we got to see the Stones.
Oh, and the Stones, yeah. And you can't say, let's spend the night together. It was, let's spend some time together.
Yes.
It had to be cleaned up for the Ed Sullivan show.
Yes.
We can't have that ludicrous type of language or imagery in lyrical value. Yeah.
But the Stones were a kind of the bad boys in a way, because the Beatles didn't write any lyrics that had to be cleaned up, but the Stones sure did.
Oh, yeah.
But even their little transgression, let's spend the night together. Oh, my God, it's so soft. And
exactly. I mean, well, the mind can do crazy things, so we're going to censor it because somebody might think, what we're doing during that time.
Yeah. Go ahead.
How about the Doors too? The Doors were on
the Ed Sullivan show. Yeah. Did that make a big impact on you?
I thought they were great too.
They were pretty badass.
But I think there was a lyrical change in that too, in one of their songs.
Yeah, I think so. I remember.
I think it was "Light My Fire."
Light My Fire.
"Take You Higher" or something.
Yeah.
What was the
"Girl, We Couldn't Get Much Higher"?
Yes. There was something. I don't even remember what word he replaced that with.
And they had to change it.
They had to change that.
Yeah.
Too. Yeah. You can't get too high.
Oh man, I remember so many good ones on there. I remember the Animals on there. I love the Animals.
Birds and the Animals. God, and it goes on and on into the severe pop mode with Herman's Hermits.
Oh yeah, I didn't care for them too much.
Like
Herman's Hermits and who's the other one? Freddie and the Dreamers.
Freddie and the Dreamers.
I'm telling you now.
Yeah.